friends, what do you say? We look at 35 different McDonald's ads in less than 20 minutes and think about when a brand is this big, when the brand is so known and does all the heavy lifting, you can have a lot of fun on storytelling. Now, we might not all get to work for McDonald's, but dare I say that we can learn something from this strong of branding, from these campaigns, and maybe there's a way we can put a little into our own work. I'm doing this for free. I'm not paid by McDonald's. I'm not opposed to it. McDonald's, send me a cheeseburger. Okay, so let's get started. What I liked about these is the idea that they're showing you summer and fun and ice cream, and nothing says summer like ice cream. We all know that. But the fun thing about miniatures is you want to walk into that world. My eye follows this twist of ice cream down to see all the fun these people are having, swimming in sweet, sweet caramel. What I wouldn't give to swim in sweet, sweet caramel. You also see the party over on the vanilla. What is that? They got like rafts going around. Everybody's having a good time. The fun thing about this is some artist somewhere got paid to do what they enjoy most. I really like the little ladder, the little guy climbing up the side to go in and have a good time. There's floats, there's fun. This is summer in a cup, although I would say I don't like the tree with the bird in it. Don't want a bird in my caramel sundae. Great design, great idea, fantastic execution. This is the thing that you see a lot in advertising or in artwork. Thing that looks like a thing. When I first looked at this, I'm like, what am I looking at? Then I realized the largest coffee ever. I'm a huge fan of coffee. I like even more so a large coffee. I never get a smaller size. I always order largest coffee you have, a little extra ice, splash of cream. When I go to McDonald's, I get it black. I can't trust them to put the proper amounts in there, so therefore I say give me a black coffee, and then I ask for at the window a side of cream. Put it in myself, therefore I can control it. But I love extra ice. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this ad. I love the scale of it. I love that it makes you look, that moment it takes for you to digest. What am I looking at? Did I just get the joke? That's an interactive moment with this ad. It makes you remember it. It sticks with you. This is advertising that you pay attention to. Therefore, this is advertising that works. A lot like the last piece we looked at, this is more of that idea, more of that concept of making you look, making you spend time with it. Somebody somewhere came up with a great idea to rebrand. The McDonald's is opening up in 3 weeks with the 2 cranes, 2 weeks with the upside down wheelbarrow, and in 1 week when we see the vice grips put to side. What this is really great at is that each one of these pieces kind of documents the restructuring, the construction process of this McDonald's coming back to life, both with the cranes, that would be the most amount of work, with the wheelbarrow, fine-tuning things, and then with the vice grips, you would think of the electrical work. We're now inside the facility. It's great storytelling. The fun of the McDonald's brand is all you have to do is make something that looks like an M, golden arches, and we know what you're talking about. This would get your attention. If these ads actually flipped over on your way to work each week, it would even make it more exciting to see how they told the story. This ad campaign is great storytelling, and that let's think about one of the ways that we use McDonald's. If you're having a bunch of people over at the house to help you out with, say, some painting, you say, hey, come over and paint. I'll buy breakfast. I'll buy lunch. Then we see the breakfast sandwich, the Big Mac, and the French fries converted over into these paint swatches. A really, really great bit of storytelling to make you think about how you actually use McDonald's and how it fits into the construction of making the items from the menu off of these paint swatches. It's really a fantastic way to bring people in, good memories, and think about the bonding that you've had around McDonald's. They have such an iconic look. Each of their items we know from our memory. This is the construction and fun of it. An artist somewhere had a great idea and probably had a lot of fun rebuilding these items out of Pantone paint swatches. Well played, one of my favorites. Another one of the major look pieces is this bus stop right here. By only putting half of the arch in there, they're using the mirror on the back of the bus stop to rotate it around to tell the whole story. The icon of the golden arches shows that when branding is made simple, it's made strong. There's not a lot that has to happen for your mind to realize that you're seeing McDonald's. This sort of magic trick, it stops people, it wows people, it makes them think, wow, that's clever. All of that time that is spent with it is good interactive time with the ad, making you think about the brand and having a shared experience. When you experience advertising, you remember it it invokes your emotions, and it might be something that you go grab a friend and tell them. Imagine people telling people to go check out your ad. This is why the Golden Arches is so successful. And when you think about branding, think about making it basic, because basic will allow you to do so much heavy lifting with the simple item. Environmental artwork is fantastic. Things that take place in the real world and the world changes. This is where street art and advertising meet. All art and advertising meets at some intersection, some better than others, but this is really a fantastic way to think about making a piece that's a statement that changes over time. So by using the McDonald's Golden Arches as a sundial and placing this billboard correctly with the sun, you will get the sundial to show coffee, breakfast, snack, and literally work the way through the entire breakfast selection. This is what art and advertising should be all about. If you're a great artist with a great idea, you can get a sponsor to pay you to do something fun. It gets recognized, it gets success, and then maybe it puts a little money in your pocket where this creative soul can go and make real art elsewhere with the money that they made from McDonald's. Win-win. Using an icon that you recognize its meaning from is a really great way to get people in the mindset of, oh yeah, Nightlights, 24 hours a day, we're open. You can kind of feel the people in the ad agency spitting around. What are things that say 24 hours? What are things that say late night? This is that. When you have this little fry guy shooting up the beams of light that make you think of French fries, it tells a good story. It tells you the idea of the kids are asleep. Let's go get McDonald's. Because who has a nightlight when you're an adult? Old people and kids. So maybe you're sliding out on grandma while you're watching her while she winds it down because she finally went to bed and you can go have McDonald's. Grandma doesn't need McDonald's. Grandma doesn't need sodium. The kids are asleep. You go to McDonald's, bring it back to me. Either way, eliminating somebody else. I love this. It makes me think of portraying the ones that I love with McDonald's. Another great idea when you're given a task is to put yourself into the conversation. I know McDonald's was an official Olympic sponsor. That's why they have the logo on the ad. You could say that you're a part of the Olympics without paying for a sponsorship by putting yourself in the conversation. Here we see the two skis getting ready to drop in that have the Golden Arches on them. But this is really a good trick of saying, what's the thing that's happening? Everybody's talking about it, and just inject yourself in there, creating the vibe. You wouldn't have to be an official sponsor to feel officially a part of this event. A good thing to think about when you're trying to create a campaign that's both impactful, but on a budget. Everybody knows McDonald's has all the money, their official sponsor, but maybe when you're doing stuff for Rick's Spare Tire Emporium, Rick doesn't have all the money. Rick needs you to cheat a little. Put a tire in there for old Rick. This is my least favorite type of advertising. It feels old, it feels outdated. You can almost imagine the people sitting around trying to think of something that's funny. Oh, Dave, he always comes up with the funniest ad campaigns. Dave's a riot. No, Dave's not. Dave sucks. This type of advertising does nothing for me. The real milkshake. A cow on a trampoline? Really? Could you be any more obvious? Could you be any more pandering? This is almost as bad as Chick-fil-A. Eat more chicken with the cows on the billboard. I don't like this type of advertisement. It has very little imagination in it. I don't find the jokes funny. Quite frankly, I think that this is made for dumb people. And when I think of McDonald's, I think of a product for elegant, sophisticated folks. So therefore, it's way off brand for me. Absolutely love it. Simple, to the point, full of color, makes me hungry for the best item that McDonald's offers. The cheeseburger, the 99-cent cheeseburger. Always give me the 2 cheeseburger meal, please. I love the simplicity of this. It has a cool Halloween vibe to it without playing up to pumpkins and Draculas and Frankensteins. Fun fact, did you know that Frankenstein is actually the doctor and the green guy that you're scared of is Frankenstein's monster? Most people don't know that, but that's what I'm here to inform you on. I like this. It's fun. It feels like candy. It feels like McDonald's. It feels like a cheeseburger. The best ideas don't have to be complicated. It's well executed and simple and to the point. This literally makes me want a cheeseburger and wish that it was Halloween. Well done. I'll take a cheeseburger now. McDonald's, please send me one. I'm doing this for free. The old street light gimmick is about as good as the gimmick skit. This is where street art once again meets advertisement. Take a lamppost, put on a different fixture at the top of it, put a container at the bottom of it, paint it correctly, make these items look real, and now you have a coffee pouring into a cup. With the art of Instagram and how everybody wants to live in the FOMO moment, this is the type of advertising, this is the type of art you should be doing. Imagine how much attention this would get today. People would line up, people would take a photo, they would try to sit on the cup, they would try to stand next to the cup. This is what the future of advertising and art should be. It should be interactive, it should be an installation. Dare I say, it should be something that gets everybody's attention, which becomes harder and harder and harder as we all have so much going on and we are beaten down with so much media every single day. To make a point, you got to stand out, and that's what this does. If this sign actually worked, if it actually made it look like laser French fries were going into outer space, nothing would be better. I ask you this, what's better than lasers? Only French fries. So laser French fries would be better on top of better, which as we all know equals best. If this actually worked, it would be fantastic. If it doesn't work, it also makes for a good advertisement. We know the yellow fries, we know the packaging, we know that they're open late. It says everything without really having to say anything at all. Great ads, grab your attention. They don't need to be wordy. They don't need to be mouthy. They don't need to be desperate. Confidence is all about being silent. I talk a lot, so you know I'm very insecure. This is about as good as it gets. Just showing the packaging. No food, just the packaging. And using these basic primary colors with a little bit of texture on them to make them feel like they're a tangible piece of paper, dare I say almost like a watercolor. It really shows the power of the brand, that by looking at the packaging, we know what lives in these 3 pieces of paper, and it makes you want the food without seeing the food. This is about as good as it gets. This is something that you can do when you have a mega strong brand. Not many companies could get away with showing the item after it's done, showing the item after it's been used, after it's been disposed. But McDonald's is that strong of a brand that designers and creatives can take these types of chances. I think that this is amazing. It's smart. It needs no words. It conveys everything that you feel just by looking at where the food used to live. This is more of thing that looks like a thing. Upside down ice cream that looks like Santa Claus. Burger from top that looks like Dear Oh Dad for Happy Father's Day because maybe Dad's lost all of his sesame seeds. Why? Because you kids won't leave them alone and you keep begging for McDonald's. Thing that looks like a thing is a really, really popular way to fool people into experiencing what you're doing. Whether it's Happy Holidays or Happy Father's Day, thing inside of a thing makes people stop, look at it, and interact with it. All of the successful ad campaigns we've looked at today do that. You can't easily digest what you're looking at, get what I just did there, but instead you spend an extra couple of seconds looking at it, thinking about what the joke is. That's always what advertising should do, make you stop, relate to it. If you can easily ignore it, it's not a strong campaign. Both of these are fantastic. I'd say Happy Father's Day gets an outside edge over Santa Claus. Why? Because Dad is always there for you. Santa shows up once a year. I don't know much about meters, but I do know that this is a clever ad. 200 meters this way, 197 meters that way. The one thing I do know is we've seen a lot of artwork today from Canadians. And a Canadian, I'll tell you this, ask for a centimeter, they'll take a meter every time. That's what I do know. This type of advertising is fantastic. It makes you think, it's got a good joke, it makes you laugh. If you laugh, that's good. If you take a photo, if you put it on Instagram, if you tell your friend, you're spreading the word of McDonald's. It's interactive. It makes you realize that things aren't so uptight. Fantastic advertising, very clever. I love the street art approach. I love environmental design. Anything in a space where you're not expecting to find a good laugh or a good moment to pull out your phone and to throw something on Instagram is always going to be a win for McDonald's or whatever company embraces this type of advertising and storytelling. Well done. I'm 3 meters closer to having that delicious cheeseburger. McDonald's, send me a cheeseburger. I did this for free. More of that thing that looks like a thing, whether it's the headlights on the car looking like the Golden Arches or the McDonald's cheeseburger in the sky that looks like the moon. That is my North Star. That would always guide me to where I need to go. McDonald's, send me that cheeseburger. Why won't you do it? I haven't gotten it yet. But letting people know 24/7 drive-through, open 24 hours, showing images of night, fantastic way to tell the story. Photography works best when it's telling a story and when it's invoking emotions. Illustration wouldn't work here. This is great photography, great storytelling, easy, to the point, needs little to no text to do the heavy lifting. I would say that I'm loving it, but why yes, McDonald's, I will accept a free cheeseburger for doing this video. Yes, I do. I'm loving it. The Golden Arches, strong use of the core brand's colors, the crimson and yellow, ketchup and mustard. This is thing inside of a thing. This is playing on the emotions. Really great advertisement. Working in their campaign. I'm loving it. Yes, I do. Quick hit advertising is what's perfect for a billboard or a city stop. People put too much into it. They pour too much into it. Quick and to the point. Tell the story. Tell me the story I want to hear. Some guys will roll their eyes because no, they're not loving it, and no, they don't. But people that are feeling love in the air will feel even more aware of their love of their special one and that craving they have for McDonald's. Great advertising for some folks, annoying for others, but very, very strong because everyone will pay attention to it and get the inside joke and get the deeper meaning. Great campaign. Happy moving day, because if you help me move, I will reward you with some McDonald's. French fries, coffee and cone. Oh my! Thank you so much for helping me move up to Canada because I'm a little disappointed with the way things are in the States right now. I joke. Great McDonald's ad. Taking the boxes, creating menu items out of them using just barely any color at all. What a fantastic campaign. This is the type of work that gets you noticed. This is the type of work that takes great ideas. And I really love that they use packing tape that would look like the core color, just a shade lighter or darker, so that you could see the tape was there, but it wouldn't take away from the storytelling. What can I say about this other than the primary colors, the boldness of it, the simplicity, and once again, remembering how customers use the product. Help me move, I'll help you have lunch. Dare I say performance art, my least favorite type of art. When I become in charge of art, performance art will be outlawed. This is what people want to see in the modern era of social media. Take a photo of it, it's funny, tag a friend, hang on the bars, stand next to it. This is a photo moment. Looking at this, I believe this is computer generated. I believe that this is made for an advertisement, but this doesn't really exist. But I would say installing something like this in a major thoroughfare where there's a lot of people gathering for another event would create tons of social media. Now that less people are paying attention to the TV, less people want to look at ads with ad blockers, letting people see your message on social media is the new form of advertisement. This is the way to get into the influencers for free. Fool them into making the ad. Fool them into making the ad. Fool the influencers. I like that plan. Tell a good story and you will be rewarded. Students wanted, no experience needed. Oh, these dumb students. Put ice cream in the chicken nuggets, fries in the McFlurry, and dumb old student put a cheeseburger where the French fries go. This sort of juxtaposition makes you stop, it makes you read, it makes you laugh. Very, very quick to the point tagline, letting the visual do all the heavy work, and using these 3 different pastels, core colors from the foreground, really puts you into the world of what these items are. It lets the joke shine. Quick, to the point, funny, reminds you of what's the legacy of McDonald's? The perfect place to get a job right out of school. They know their story. They know how people think of them. This just sells it. This is where you start out. You might make a couple of mistakes. Everybody laughs together because dumb old Jimmy put the cheeseburger in the French fry box. Jimmy. There you go, friends. 35 McDonald's ads in 20 minutes. Why am I wearing sunglasses? Because I've lost my vision eating too much McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm joking. I haven't eaten any McDonald's. You still haven't sent me my cheeseburger. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you enjoyed looking at advertising, this quick flash look at why these ad campaigns are successful and what could we put into our own personal work or our client work that we would learn from this mega brand. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, comment below, and please send me a cheeseburger. I'm serious. I want a cheeseburger. I would take 2, but 1 would be good. 1 would be better than none. I need that cheeseburger now. Smash like, smash the cheeseburger.